let's see what Robbie says. Just a new message by Robbie.
A genuine privilege, Commander.
Okay, Wastelanders, I'm back. This is Gary from The Last Ranger. And I bring to you the Chatbot, the Steel Will Chatbot. I've had this knife quite a while, and just with all the knives that came out in 2020, it kind of slipped beneath my radar. I got it, and then I looked at it, and I carried it a little, and then I forgot about it because I just taken it apart, and I'll do a disassembly later in the video. It's a bit short disassembly. I just wanted to clean it and make sure I could improve the flipping, and I think I have. And I just wanted to check if it was on bearings. I looked it up, and it said it was on bearings, but it didn't flip like it was on bearings. And when I took it apart, it was a little dirty, and it didn't have any. It lacked oil too. So a plate that sits on both the sides of the pivot, and there's a liner lock, but otherwise there's no steel inside there. And when I put the back together, I turned the plate over and didn't notice it, and I was just like having centering issues and gapping. So, and I'm like, but it flips still. So, but just if you get this knife and you take it apart, be sure to use the steel plates the right way. Oh, so it's a great flipper now. And it's drop shutty. It wasn't drop shutty before, and it was a shitty flipper. But it's now a good flipper. But again, it came from the factory like that, and I think usually knives come from the factory like either too much oil or not enough oil or even dirty. So I think a combination between the two, being dirty and not enough oil, made a crappy flipper out of it. I like the clip. It's a deep carry clip, and the screws are flush, and both the pivot and the back screw that held it together are both 8s. That was nice. It's centered. And the lockups, about 20%. I tried to adjust the lockup, and I end up adjusting it too much. So it was locking up about 30 to 40%. So I'll probably have to take it apart again just to mess with that. But it's locking up less now. So, but that's not too bad. Maybe 30%. I don't know. We're going to do some knife size comparisons to the Chatbot. So you can see Spyderco Tenacious is quite a bit bigger than this. And this is a good pocket carry, but this is even easy. I would say this is better because of the size of it. And you can see I can still easily get a 4-finger grip on this. And I have big hands. Not David C. Anderson's big hands, but anyway. And by the way, my name's Gary D. Anderson. That's why I make fun of David C. Anderson every time he says his name. Anyway, and this is my last Ranger knife. And so this is the Gerber fastball. So you can see how it compares in size to that. It's about the same, and this is a good EDC knife size. But honestly, this blade's shape's a little bit better. So let's get a weight on this big baby. And in honor of its name, the Chatbot,
A genuine privilege, Commander.
I brought out my Chatbot. So, let's get a weight on. Okay, I'm looking up. I'm gonna look up this knife. It says it weighs 3 ounces on Knife Center. So let's check the Knife Centers. Yeah, 3.14 ounces on my take. They say its cutting edge is 3.125. Let's check their measurements. Cutting edge. Close. And I'm only interested in overall length, so let's check that. It says 7.48, so I say 7.5, so we're splitting hairs there, so it's pretty close. It's not bad. Knife Center's specs. So you can carry this knife tip up or tip no, not tip down, just tip up, but it's on both sides, so you can do it left, and it's lefty friendly. This is G10, and there's no liners in here. It's a pretty thick piece of solid G10. You can't flex at all, but I imagine they put these 2 support pins in here to double check that, or just stop it from bending. So, and these will fall out, so you have to carefully put them back in. So when I opened up the knife, you'll see earlier, all the metal pieces fell out except for the liner lock. The liner is screwed in there at the very end. So it has jimping on the frame, not the knife, because the knife is below. It sits below the frame. I really like this knife, and I wish I had did a review of it before, because I don't know, it's a decent knife, and you know, I've carried it a while, and I think of it as a really nice carry in EDC. So it's pretty light. Even though it says 3.1 ounces, it feels light. It doesn't feel heavy at all. So, and it's a great flipper now. Robbie, do you like it?
Quiet, please. I am analyzing.
Oh, he's analyzing. How do you feel about it?
And what is it you require this time?
I asked you a question.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen.
I don't care where you live.
Can I be of service, sir?
Forget it.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name
Robbie. Okay. Anyway, stay tuned for the disassembly, and if you don't want to watch it assembly, that's fine. But I'm going to let you go now. And I forgot to give the price. It says $59.99, but I got it on sale. I'm almost sure I got it for $45. So when Knife Center runs Steel Will on sale, hold out for the sale. It's not a negative thing, but I think this is more of a $45 knife than a $60 knife. But that's not to say it's bad, but you know, I don't think all the materials and the knife in general are worth $60. It's more of a budget knife. So, take care, Wastelanders. Stay tuned for my, be sure to come back on Thursday. I've already made the next Throwback Thursday video. So, it's another CRKT knife, but it's a decent knife. A decent looking knife. All right. Take care. Hey, Wastelanders. I got to satisfy myself with this knife. Disassembling it. It's a okay flipper, but I'm going to see if I can make it a fantastic flipper. So you can fail it. So it says it is on bearings, but I don't know if it is, because it flips like it was on washers or something. But we're going to find out. Okay, I got it apart. And interesting, these are both 8s. They're only 2 screws. The pivot and the back screw are both 8s. Yeah, sure enough, it's on bearings. So maybe it just needs a little cleaning or something. It's interesting because the only steel in here is the liner lock. Well, and the little steel inserts for the bearings and this post. So it's a very light knife. We'll see how light it is. I think this back post, a lanyard would work. Maybe I'll try it. So, okay. Okay. This is the stop pin. It's built into this back plate, and I wouldn't have known this as bearings. We'll see if I can get it flipping a little bit better. It's a handsome knife.